Hi guys, Ranger Stu here. I hope you're all staying safe. I hope you're all enjoying my tasks that I've set you, the rainforest tasks for this week. I've seen some lovely pictures of the rainforest and some poems about the rainforest, and some of you making the rain shaker as well. And thank you so much for all the really good feedback that you've sent me and all of the shares and likes and all that sort of stuff. Really appreciate it. So where I am today is in my wife's workshop in the garden, but it's probably the best place for me to record this because the boys are in the house, bless them. And we're going to be talking about rainforests. So this video is going to be about layers of the rainforest and the animals that live within them. And I've added some footage from the zoo that I took yesterday of all my animals, well not all of them, but some of them that might be found in a rainforest and what layer they live in. So, if you're ready, we're going to get started. Okay, so can you see that arrow? That is pointing to the bottom of the rainforest, and that layer is called the Rainforest Floor, and it's where you find animals such as tarantulas and tortoises and essentially any animal that can't climb. And it's not just small creatures that you'll find there. You'll find elephants and jaguars and tapir all living in this level. It's really dark. I think about 2% of light actually reaches the rainforest floor, and any light that actually does reach the rainforest floor is usually in between gaps in between trees, and that's where one of the giants of the rainforest, one of the massive trees, sort of collapses and falls. And when this happens, there's sort of little gaps in between the trees, and what happens is the smaller trees try to battle to reach the top. They have to grow really quickly to become the tallest tree and fill the space. So here are some little videos of some of the animals from my zoo that would live on the rainforest floor. Enjoy! Okay guys, so this is one of our free-banded armadillos. Currently about to have a sniff of my knee. And armadillos are found in rainforests throughout South America. There is one species of armadillo that goes into North America, and that is the 9-banded armadillo. But this is their enclosure, and she's currently having a run round. However, I'm sure she'll probably run back into her nest box in a minute because she's running around all over the place today. Oh no, there you go. She might go into a cork bark tube. And free-banded armadillos are the only species of armadillo that can roll into a ball. So their head sort of curls up one end and their tail curls up the other end, and they create this ball, and it helps protect them. And so, as I was saying before she ran off, free-banded armadillos can roll into a ball, and this helps protect them from predators. So there are only 3 predators that can break through an armadillo shell. That is generally a puma or a jaguar. I think she's found a worm there. And they just sort of bite through this shell, poor little thing. And the other one is sadly a human, and humans actually shoot them. Sometimes they can survive being shot though, as the bullet ricochets off their shell. And, oh, she might be running off to her food in a moment actually. Nope, she's going to sniff me instead. And it's just because this shell is made out of layers of bone and skin, and they sort of build up over time to create this hard shell. And that's what helps protect them so well. Off she goes. Back into her house. There we go. Back into the heated indoors. Okay, so for those that are afraid of spiders, sorry about jumping this on you, but spiders are another major group of animals that live in rainforests. This is a Chilean rose tarantula, and Chilean rose tarantulas don't actually live in rainforests. They come from sort of dry scrubland deserts around Chile and as far south as Santiago. However, there are tarantulas in the rainforest, including some extremely large ones. In fact, the biggest tarantula on Earth, the Goliath bird-eating spider, is found in rainforests as well. You also find some massive spiders in the rainforest, some of which orb-web spiders can make webs up to 6 to 8 feet wide, which is a massive web. However, tarantulas don't generally make a web like you might see in your gardens. What they do, oh, she's waking up, is they will they will sort of dig a tunnel and line that tunnel with silk. Whoa, she's out. Okay, sorry about that, guys. She nearly crawled out the enclosure, so I had to put my phone down and put her back. So where was it? Oh yeah, so what they do is they dig a tunnel and they line that tunnel with silk. And this sort of stops the tunnel from collapsing on top of them. And so generally tarantulas will live on the rainforest floor where they can dig tunnels, and they put a bit of silk outside the exit of their tunnel, and this way they can detect predators or they can detect prey. And you see these tiny hairs on the tarantulas, they can pick up on vibrations, and so they'll sort of pick up on vibrations through the web, and they can tell whether it's a predator or prey via the vibrations that they feel. So the next level of the rainforest is the understory, and the arrow you can see is pointing a little bit higher up, and that is usually where small trees and shrubs can survive in the low light levels. And here you'll find things like bats where they're roosting in the daytime, tree frogs, beetles and snakes living amongst the thick tree trunks and branches of the smaller trees. So I've actually got a video now of a couple of our snakes at the zoo, so enjoy. Okay, so this is one of our larger snakes. It's our Burmese Python. In fact, it's our biggest snake here at Cedars Nature Centre. She's about 13 feet long and weighs about 7 stone. I'm going to try and get a bit of an up-close photo for you, or at least a little bit of a video, and I can tell you a bit more about them then. This is the enclosure that we have for her, guys. It's pretty big. She's got a big basking platform there that she likes to sit on. She can go underneath if she wishes. And we have a bit of a rainforest floor going on down here, complete with a big hollowed out log there, which sometimes she likes to sit under as well. You can see all the way through. She can go all the way up this branch and sit at the top of the enclosure as well. But at the moment, her favourite place is being in her bath, in her pond. And that is likely because she's coming up for a shed soon. Sometimes you sit underwater with just a head sort of poking out, just a couple of nostrils maybe, breathing the air. And sometimes you'll sit completely submerged underneath the pond. But today, she's sitting with her head out of the water. And so the layer above the understory is called the canopy, and this is where most of the animals in the rainforest live. And here you'll find lizards like iguanas, monkeys, I don't know, howler monkeys, maybe some apes like orangutans, birds, sloths, and literally thousands of other species. It's a massive area. It's always in full sun and is packed full of branches, leaves, fruit, and so there's plenty of food for the animals that live there. And for this part of the rainforest, I thought I'd show you 3 of our stick insect species that live at the zoo. This amazing creature in front of me is called a giant ponderosa stick insect. And this is an adult female. And stick insects are found pretty much through all the layers of the rainforest, really. Anywhere where there's plants to eat and where they can camouflage. You'll see how well camouflaged she is. Not in a human hand, but back in her enclosure. So, you'll find them in the emergent layer right at the top. You'll find them in the canopy, where most stick insects will live. And you also find them on the understory and rainforest floor, where perhaps there's some smaller bushes that they'll be climbing upon as well. They generally lay their eggs on the rainforest floor, and these can take up to about sort of 8-10 months sometimes to hatch. So I'm going to pop her back. Well, we breed these guys a lot actually. I'll put her back now. You see how well she's camouflaged. Ooh, hang on, an escapee. There's another one there. And look at this tiny little baby here. There you go. This tiny little creature. That one's hatched out only a few days ago, I would have thought. I'm going to show you another stick insect species now. Okay, can you see this little creature around here? That down there is a male jungle nymph. Now, jungle nymphs are actually the largest stick insect, or the heaviest stick insect, I should say, on Earth. The females are actually also the second heaviest insect on Earth. But this is a male, and the males are really cryptically coloured. They sort of camouflage in with the bark or the leaves or anything like that, and so they're incredibly hard to see. But I'm going to try and get you a close-up of one of our females, because they are amazing animals. Now this is what a female looks like. Look at that bright green colour, amazing, beautiful colour on them. And this is actually a young female. They actually get bigger than this, but one of the largest females was hidden at the back of the enclosure, and I didn't want to sort of push my hand through bramble to get her. They do eat bramble in captivity, and it's quite easy to get hold of because obviously we're in the middle of a park, so there's plenty of bramble around. In fact, most of us stick insects eat bramble. And I'm going to try and get a bit of video now of one of our other stick insects. And these are really unique animals. Okay, so this is the last species stick insect that we keep it here at Cedars Nature Centre. They are a species of stick insect called a black beauty stick insect, and their bodies look like they're made out of velvet. They have these amazing yellow eyes and these bright red wings. Now these guys are actually incredibly rare in the wild. They're quite common in captivity in zoos, but in the wild they're only found in an area, I believe it's about 14 square kilometres or something like that. And they're amazing species. Apparently they can actually spray some sort of formic acid out of their body. Thankfully we've never had that. We breed these guys quite well, and yeah, we have babies almost on a continuous sort of cycle really. But they are a beautiful species. They don't get very big at all. If I put my finger here, no, that's in front of the lens. So I won't compare with a finger, but you can see a privet leaf. That's how large they are. And yeah, it's amazing the diversity of stick insects in the animal world. So I'll leave this here. And the final layer of the rainforest is the emergent layer, and you can see that the arrow has gone right to the top there, and this is the layer right at the top where the tallest trees poke through the canopy. It's pretty windy up there, and there isn't much space for the animals that you would find in the canopy. So here you'll find lots of flying animals like parrots and fruit bats and butterflies. You'll also find lots of birds of prey such as the harpy eagle. In fact, very quickly, the harpy eagle is an awesome bird. It flies above the emergent layer in South and Central America, and it looks for monkeys and sloths, and it flies down and just picks them off the branches, just like we would pluck a grape from its bunch. I don't know if that analogy works, but I'm sticking with it. And so I thought I'd show you some parrots that live at our zoo. They're not necessarily found in rainforests in the wild, but I thought it'd be quite cool to show you anyway. Enjoy! I'm here with the ringnecked parakeets, which are a lovely species of parakeet that live not only at the zoo, but in the wild in the UK as well. So I'm going to introduce you individually to them. You ready? Okay, so the one at front is called Gilbert, and it's actually a girl, and we took on Gilbert when we took over from the council at Cedars Nature Centre when it was a pet's corner. And the one you can see moving around at the back is called Storm, and Storm came to us last year when there was a big storm in the park, and we believe that he fell out of a nest as a chick, because they are found wild in the UK, and somebody dropped him off in a little cardboard box and left him outside of our entrance. He's the cheekiest one. And up here we have Billy. Whoop. And as you can tell, Billy is slightly nervous compared to the other parakeets, but a lovely blue colour. And he came to us from somebody as a pet called Bill, and we like to call him Billy. There's a bit of a longer name really. There you go, looks lovely now. Camouflage almost if he goes up there. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and learning about the rainforests and all of the animals that live in the rainforest and within each layer. Every Wednesday I'm going to be posting a longer video for each topic, and obviously this week was the rainforest. So every Monday I'm going to be announcing our next theme, and you'll find that out on the Monday coming. But keep following me on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, I'm going to keep putting up videos and maybe share some videos from my zoo as well that we'll be posting, which is Cedars Nature Centre, if you want to find out more about that. But in the meanwhile, take care and stay safe.